Hello, this is Brother Teacher. I want to take just a brief moment to try to stimulate your conscious mind. And hopefully, what I'm about to say to you, which is brief, will resonate with you, and that you can allow this to not just simply be conscious but subconscious as well, as it relates to the world in which we live concerning the powers that be. The powers that be. In this particular instance, I'm talking about the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. I'm talking about the food manufacturers. I'm talking about doctors. I'm talking about the pharmaceutical companies. Okay, I want you to know that, unfortunately, I know that it's hard for us to believe. It's hard for us to accept that those people that we put our trust in would do something to harm us. I'm talking about the citizens. I'm talking about the American people in this particular regard. But you need to open up your mind and start seeing things the way they really are, and not through these rose-colored glasses. My friends, everything that you see is not necessarily what it appears to be. This is my heart-to-heart to you and with you. Don't assume that just because someone has organizations set in place that are supposed to be good, that are supposed to be wholesome, that are supposed to be beneficial, that they really are. We live in a world of corruption. There is nothing that makes evil men good except choice. An evil man is not going to become good if he doesn't want to be. A company and or organization is not going to do the right thing if they don't want to. I'm certain that most of us have heard of the duality of God and the devil, right and wrong, up and down, yin and yang. You've heard all of these things. They're dualistic, yet they're very much a part of our everyday lives. You're going to have good people and you're going to have bad people. Let's change that word right now, bad to evil. When I say evil, I mean the deepest, darkest annals of all of that you can imagine in your wildest imagination of that being wrong. Evil is a terrible thing. It has no compassion. It doesn't care. It has no sympathy, no empathy for anything living. No human beings, no animals, nothing that God has placed on this earth. That is how evil operates. Unfortunately, my friends, those of you that are listening to me who have an open heart and ear to hear me, understand that evil has no respect of places where you find it. In other words, there are people that are in our judicial system that are evil. There are good people, but there are people that are evil as well. There are people that are in the churches that are evil as well as good. There are people in the medical industry that are evil as well as good. I have to keep drawing this contrast because I don't want to make you think that I'm only thinking one-sided. There are good people on the police force, and there are people on the police force that are evil. You see, no one can read the mind of an applicant on an application when you sign up for a job as to what your real intent is. People judge you from the surface, from your references, but they don't know your heart. There are people, for example, that sit in high places that are members of hate groups. If you don't believe it, I'm sorry. Maybe you need to live a little bit longer. So what are you saying, brother teacher? I told you at the very beginning that I'm focusing on the pharmaceutical companies, the hospitals, and the food manufacturers. I'm going to read this to you, and I want you to understand this, and it's so simple. But I want you to do your own due diligence, your own research, and be convicted yourself, not just because I said it. This is something that I wrote a long time ago. This is just one of my notes, and I'm to make you privy to it. And it's real simple, and then I'm gone, and I won't think about it afterwards. In the medical industry and pharmaceutical industry, profits have become more important than people. Think about that really deeply. Pharmaceutical companies can't make money from healthy people, so they use drugs that have side effects in order to keep us sick. This practice keeps a constant flow of money going into the business. Many doctors are compensated prescribing drugs. So ladies and gentlemen, does this make sense to you? We think the health industry is all this. Remember Hippocratic oath? Do no harm to the pet. Just sleep, ladies and patients. We are to the